So did you find that you had more success when you were driving? Like, I kind of know what it's like. They take you out, you take kids out to dinner, but did you have
Mhm.
more success when the kid or the high school student would come to a frat party and meet all of the guys, and then you could maybe offer them a, I don't know if if you would offer them the bid card right then and there, if you'd wait, or did you have more success when you would drive to their town and take them out to dinner one on one?
So it depended on the kid for sure. I mean, I tried to really try to get to know him as quickly as I could. Some people are more comfortable in like crowds. They want to just feel the camaraderie right away when they're like, "I got my bid. I'm gonna sign right now," type of guy. But some guys, they want to like take it home, talk to their parents, probably like to get it like by themselves. So they can really like really think about it. Like, am I making the right decision? So I really did try to get to know them as best, as good as I could, and try to, provide the environment that was going to get them to sign, overall. But I think personally, I probably had more success as a group just because all of us were working towards getting that kid to sign during that day. So um, when you have so many people, really like he usually the pledge will kind of like float around a little bit where a couple guys will kind of like trinkle in, say what's up to them, talk them up, being like this play you're gonna love it here type of thing. Get their little pitch in and hang out with them for a little while, and then a couple of other guys might float in. So he's trying to meet or he's gonna meet a lot of different people really quickly. Um, and hopefully during that process, he's gonna at least one or two of those guys really, really well. He's gonna be like, I just want to hang out with these two dudes all the time, and that's kind of what you want. You want him to find somebody that he's like, if it's not the rush share, it's someone in the house that when he comes in the fall, he's gonna be able to see that guy and be able to like, okay, I like these guys a lot. I think this guy could probably like be my like either like best friend, someone that I can like look up to in the fraternity, someone I know that I can build a really strong, genuine relationship with, and that's the whole goal. Um, when you do it one on one, you're kind of limiting yourself. So it's just you and that one person. So it's really, I mean, the whole pressure's on you to find that guy. So um, I just think for me, having the group setting is probably the best way to do it. Just gives you more opportunity to win over the guy.
Yeah. Um, and I know that being in a fraternity, you always get that reputation of the parties and all the stuff that people think of is what comes to the
Mm-hmm.
front of everyone's mind. But I will always defend the fact that, like, you're so much more involved, and I feel like I had a group of friends that went to college at the same time as me too. They're all very successful. A lot of them are doctors, so it's not like you don't become you have to be in a fraternity,
Yeah.
way more successful than me. Like, I didn't become a doctor, but at the same time, like, I got involved in community service and philanthropy, and I did intramural sports, and I met tons and tons of people. Whereas, like, a lot of my friends from high school, they kind of paired up in the dorms. They didn't do any
Mm-hmm.
activities, and they just went to class together. I mean, we would like get together, and your freshman year, they would have us go to study hours, and they would talk to us about, like, this is what it looks like year 3 and 4 down your major if you go this path. Here's some other
Mm-hmm.
options. We've got this person in the house is a major of this topic. So if you're interested, go talk to them. And it's just like all of a sudden your network is huge and everybody's so welcoming that I feel like it's a no brainer that you're set up to succeed better in Greek life. But you do have to be able to handle the, like, it can be a bad influence on you if you don't have any discipline. So there's
Yeah,
that side of
for
it.
sure. Yeah, I mean, I've seen people obviously that went the other route. I mean, that didn't do Greek life and were just fine. I've seen people that did Greek life and like stuttered and fell apart, kind of. Mostly because they just don't have any discipline. Didn't want to go to class, wanted to party and drink all day. Because a lot of them what they think of fraternities is what they see on TV, and on TV shows and everything like that. So I mean, there's just more that goes into it than what a lot of people think of. If you're not in it, you're not involved in it. Um, Especially, I mean, even for me, like I was going because I'm like, oh, I just want to party and get hammered and hang out. And I think it's going to be good for me for school was probably the other thing, but I really wasn't that focused on that. I just wanted to have a good time and enjoy my college experience. So it was a little bit eye opening for me at the beginning. I mean, my first year, I'm trying to remember what his name was. I can't remember off the top of my head who my we had like our system was we had our president, and then our vice president was kind of in charge of our pledges, did all like making sure they went to study hours, all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Matt Profit, Matt Profit was our
Oh yeah,
dean.
the
So
greatest name
I think,
ever.
oh yeah,
I lo-
phenomenal name, so funny,
Best name.
so
I love
positive.
that name. And I met him at your wedding. He's a great guy. Like
Yeah,
he kind of has a presence, you know.
yeah. I mean, he was going to for engineering. So he took studying and like going to school really seriously, and that had a really good impact on me right away. Um, I tried to really because he was real. I mean, he's a really successful guy in school for sure. I think he had like a probably average like above like a 3.7 GPA. And for me, that's awesome. I mean, that's the dream, right? Uh, so I tried to really pair what he did a lot, and try to really go to class, stay studying pretty seriously. I think my freshman year, I didn't have a job my freshman year, so that was probably like another like nice part about it. I didn't get a job for my sophomore year, but I think that was the first time in my life where I actually like would get home and do my like classwork right away instead of like waiting until like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. Mostly because that's kind of what Matt did a lot when I was at least a freshman, and I saw him down there a lot, and I was like, well, he's successful. I probably should just get this done. Never did that in high school. Really never studied in high school at all. So yeah, he was a really good influence on me, and that helped me out a lot. Um, Especially kind of getting like acclimated to college. So that was really great. I appreciate him for that.
Yeah, the power of having a good mentor or being a mentor to someone is really cool. You just
Hmm.
people don't even realize, like I'm sure Matt didn't know that you were looking up to him. Maybe later you guys talked about it or something, but when you first came to college and he was sort of leading the pledges, I mean, he had a huge impact on your life, probably a lot of your pledge brothers' lives just by leading by example. And
Hmm.
it was the same for me. We had some good examples. I thought that the guys I met at your bachelor party that were in your fraternity were just super solid guys. I loved every minute of hanging out with them and going to your party. Um, and I'm
Hmm.
honored that Carter's invited me to the wedding. So looking forward. Hopefully, I'll see some of the guys, and looking forward to seeing
Yeah, you'll
Carter
see a
get
lot of them.
married. Yeah, hopefully it'll be a good time.